my lovely, beautiful, beautiful souls. I am so happy, so excited to be back with a reading. This time it is a Starseed reading, looking at your Starseed roots. So what I have here is actually a bowl that I typically will use for smudging. I'll put crystals in it sometimes, but these are all, well, not all, but it's going to be a basic list of your garden variety Starseed races that I have in here. So we'll pick the top three because chances are, if you've clicked on this reading, there's a strong probability that you identify or resonate with the term starseed and know you are one. And we've all had tons of incarnations, so we'll pick just the top three that are words. Hello. We'll pick the top three that are the strongest with your particular soul. And we'll look at maybe who you are at a core level in these starseed incarnations, who you are at a soul level here, what you stand for, any special talents, abilities. Really, we're going to keep it open. We'll keep it open. We'll flow with it. We'll see what comes through. Okay. Alrighty, my beautiful people. So we have here for pile number one, the Moonstone. And I love working with Moonstone. I love this piece particularly. Moonstone just has such a calming, nurturing energy whenever I tap into it. I absolutely love working with Moonstone. So that is for pile number one. Pile number two has this beautiful Amazonite heart. This is a darker version of Amazonite. It has a little crack right there, but still just as beautiful. Yep. I love this. Amazonite is great if you want to work on a lot of throat chakra healing. If you also want to work on being authentic to yourself, standing up for yourself, standing firm in what you believe in. All of that is great when you're working with Amazonite. And then we have number three is this raw rose quartz here. I actually got this at a breathwork meditation class, and the instructor was giving out free raw rose quartz pieces. So obviously I snagged one. I was like, I am not leaving here without one of these. And I love this piece. I work with this piece often. So that is for pile number three. So go ahead and pause the video, do what you need to do, take a breath, use your intuition towards which pile is calling your name. Timestamps are in the description below. If you feel called more than one pile, your intuition never steers you wrong, but at the same time, do remember that these are general readings. So use the shopping cart method, my friends. So take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. We're often reading for very large collectives, and so there's a lot of energy that we're kind of filtering through a lot of times. And, you know, as always, if 100% of the readings resonate, then that is fantastic. There's definitely going to be people in each reading, each video that we put up as intuitives, as tarot card readers, where that does happen. So anyway, without further ado, go ahead and see which one is calling your name, and I will see you in your reading. All right. Hello, my beautiful pile number ones. So if you were attracted and really guided towards this Moonstone here, then this is for sure going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and see what you got going on here. As for your core energy, wow, this is interesting. So we have Upper World in reverse, number 59. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I'm just going to look at it right side up for a second. Yeah. Okay. So right off the bat here, I'm getting a lot of Pleiadian energy. I'm getting a lot of maybe blue avian energy. Mintakan. Gosh, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. From Mintarka. My gosh. Don't roast me. I'm doing my best here, you guys, okay? But I'm definitely feeling those coming through quite strong. You are definitely from the higher realms, obviously with Upper World, but higher dimensions is what I'm feeling here. So you're very ancient in terms of when I say that you've had a lot of incarnations, pile one, you have had a lot of incarnations. And traveler is the biggest thing that I'm hearing here right off the bat with this card. And when I say traveler, what they're showing me is someone going from planet to planet, and it's almost like you're a nomad, but it's like not by choice. And I feel like that's why this upper world is in reverse and why it's not right side up. Because I feel like you are a true nomad, you're a true traveler, but it's not by your own doing. I feel like you are from a planet like Mintarka, I think, was destroyed, I want to say. I don't know by what starseed race. I don't know the background there, but I do know, I have heard and read that that was a planet that was destroyed. And so I really feel like you could be from either that planet specifically or from a planet in general that was destroyed by a big war. And that having your home planet destroyed, you were part of the team, I want to say, what they're telling. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. So you were part of the team that actually helped people navigate and move and travel through the different solar systems and galaxies. And you actually were part of the team that helped people kind of settle in to new planets. It's kind of like, if we were to equate this in like 3D terms, it's kind of like war refugees. Except in the higher realms, there's a specific council that you were a part of. And it's a council that's interesting that they're giving me that word specifically. So not a team, but it's like you were part of a council, like boots on the ground type of council that was actively helping people. Individuals, starseeds, extraterrestrial beings, whatever you want to call them, seed into other planets for refuge because their home planet was destroyed. They could no longer live there. It was unlivable. And so they had to take refuge in other systems, in other galaxies. And you were part of that ground crew to help travel to these different worlds and to help them settle in to their new homes. Wow, that's interesting. Wow, I'm getting so many chills right now. Ooh. Whew, okay. So travelers, you guys are travelers. You guys are nomads. You guys are seeders, helping people settle in and make new homes in other galaxies. You are... Okay. So... yeah, you guys have had a lot of incarnations where you've been the helpers and not so much. It's because you're such a highly evolved soul in these higher dimensions. You live in service to spirit for a lot of these incarnations. That's just a part of your soul's DNA, like at the root of it. And that's part of why you're with this council. And this council has, they're telling me this council has many different purposes. So it's not just it's not just like a one trick pony of, if disaster happens, yes, you're a part of the SOS team, but this council is a part of making bigger decisions as well. There's like I've heard before, and I don't know if you have as well, but I've heard that there's like a galactic federation, and it's kind of like the World Council here, where it's like different countries are represented and they all meet and they all kind of make decisions for the planet Earth together. It's like that version exists, but in a galactic sense, where it's like representatives from different races and different galaxies and star systems come together and they actually work to ensure that there's harmony. And you're part of that council specifically. So it's not just like you're part of this council that does this one specific thing. It's like there's many different decisions that you're involved in at a soul level. And at night when you're sleeping, you meet with this council often, is what I'm hearing. So you could, if you ever wake up and you've slept a long time, but you still feel tired, or in general, if you just constantly feel like when you wake up, you haven't gotten proper rest, it's because you're often astral traveling and you're projecting yourself, and you're you're doing important work when you're sleeping. Okay, it's like business meetings that you're involved with. It's like, you're a very high level soul, and that's not to say that other souls at this level that you are worse or not as good as you. There's no good or bad in the higher realms. That's duality thinking, and that doesn't have a place up there. But you're definitely, like I said, yeah, it's not that you're better or that it's like you're some like high ranking, soul. It's like you are very high ranking. You are a very ancient soul, but it's like you're in service to spirit. It's just who you are at your core, at your DNA level, the molecular level of who you are. You just live in service to spirit, whatever that means. And that has come through in all of your incarnations, including your starseed incarnations. And that's what I'm getting here. So, that is really interesting. I've never heard something like that before. It's always so fun to do these readings because I just get stuff that's so outlandish and I'm like, that is like, okay. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pull some tarot. All right, Starseed guides for pile number 1. Who is pile number 1? Oh my gosh, I just felt a bump. I think we just had a little earthquake. Maybe that was in my mind. Oh my gosh, that was interesting. I'm glad actually that happened though. It caused me to stop because I actually want to pull your starseed races to see what your top 3 are. You guys, I legit felt like a boom, boom. I don't know if I'm going to have to check Google to see if there was an earthquake. Either that or something's happened spiritually, but I don't know. Anyway, let's pull some starseed races and let's see. Oh, this one popped out and they're wanting me to take that one. Okay. Starseed guides. Am I taking this one? Yes. Okay. Starseed guides of pile number 1. What 3 starseed races did I identify the most with? Thank you. Okay. So let's go ahead and see here. Yeah. So we have Sirius B coming through. I am definitely not surprised, especially with all this blue, you guys. Okay. I wanted to say Sirius, but I was like, I feel like that's an obvious one with all the blue. And I was getting Pleiadian energy. I was getting blue avian energy as well. So they're also saying Crystal Child. Interesting. Crystal Child. Okay. Yeah. I think those are children born in the late 80s and then in the 1990s. And I'm sorry, I'm having allergies right now. So I also had my incense going. So I think so if you hear me sniffing, pay no mind. But crystal children I think they're said to have been born with abilities, or maybe that's rainbow children. Look up Crystal Child. I don't know too much about them, so that would be something for you to look into. An indigo child. Wow. Okay, yeah. Indigo children, I know a bit more about them. They're known for being kind of a little bit, people will call them strange, but they go to the beat of their own drum, and they are here. The 70s when we had like that flower power movement, that was a lot of indigo children leading that movement. But indigo children can be from a lot of different races. I actually want to pull one more because I feel like you guys kind of got gypped having these 2, Crystal Child and Indigo Child here. Am I taking that? No. I want to get one more actual race for you guys and see. Okay. Starseed guides for pile number 1. What starseed race do they identify most with? Am I taking this one? Yes. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Orion. I'm so glad I listened to my gut and I pulled another one because this makes perfect sense. Orion was, and again, I don't know a whole lot about starseed history, so you may want to, I'm not brushed up on it, so you want to maybe do some Googling here, but Orion, I know they were definitely involved in wars, I think with the Draconian Starseed race or the reptilian race, but there was definitely like their home planet was definitely destroyed, and so I think they are known for being nomads. How interesting. Yeah, so Sirius B, Crystal Child, Indigo Child, and Orion are the top starseed races that you guys have. And you know, this does make a lot of sense. You do have this like you have this lightness about your energy, but at the same time, you're very much like, don't mess with me. You know what I mean? Like, you know how to hold down your own, you know how to put in boundaries. Yeah, I just heard boundaries. So I don't think it's that you have a hard time putting boundaries in place. I think it's that you have very firm boundaries in place. Like, you very much could be the type of person where it takes a little bit to warm up to you. Like, you may be seen as more of like the observer in the friend group, and people would assume you're shy, but you're just really, you know, looking at how people interact, and you're okay kind of being in the background. You actually don't mind that. You enjoy that. You don't have to be the center of attention, but you're very reliable as a friend. You're very giving as a friend. And that really fits in with this energy that I was getting here at the beginning with the starseed incarnations that you've had, and being in service to spirit in all of those incarnations and being a part of this council. But yeah, you're very rooted. You're very reliable. You have a lightness about your energy, but it's like at the same time, you're like, don't F with me. Like, I know my worth. I know who I am. Like, you better come correct. You know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling. That's too many. Okay. Starseed guides of the light collective, of the light conscious for pile number 1. Can you please tell me a bit more about pile number 1's starseed roots, please? Starseed guides of the light conscious for pile number 1. Please tell me a little bit more about pile number 1's starseed roots, please, and thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's break up some of the energy here. Yep. Okay. Let's look and see what they have to say. Your cards are a little bit slippery. Like, usually I don't have any trouble with the cards. Been taking that? Yes. Usually I don't have any trouble with the cards, but yours have been slipping a little bit. Yeah, Ace of Swords. Am I surprised, or am I surprised? Not, definitely not surprised there. Yeah, it's like this don't mess with me energy. You guys are powerful beings. Definitely some sort of leadership. Yeah, the crown. So you're very high-ranking souls. Part of this council. Oh my gosh, my eyes are watering. I may have to pause the video. Oh man, that incense is really getting me. Okay, thank you. Oh wow, yeah, 2 of Cups. I'm already getting downloads from this, but I actually want to get the full picture for us before I start channeling a bit more. Are there any other cards that popped up on the right, on the top side? Let's see. Negative. Let's proceed. Let us proceed. Okay. Ooh, thank you. Ah. Wow. Empress energy. Not surprised. You guys are bad ASS. You know what I mean? You guys are bad, and you know it. But there's like this righteousness of, okay, I'm sorry. I just said I was going to get the full picture before I started channeling. Elizabeth, listen to yourself, okay? Come on. Listen to your own advice. Okay, Starseed guides of the light conscious for pile number 1. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Am I taking this too? No. Starseed guides for pile number 1. Thank you. Oh. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm excited to, okay. I'm excited to get into this one. Yes. This is, you guys are, wow. Okay. And then we have 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. So this is basically confirming everything that I was saying from the beginning, where to start. So yeah, you guys are definitely like more than travelers. It's like you guys are bridge builders. Like you connect people. You have this special way. So yeah, where people are feeling desolate, where they're feeling broken, in service to spirit, you've had incarnations where you've definitely been healers. In your starseed tribes, in your starseed civilizations, you've been well-known healers for sure. Also, just in general, like you guys are big energy workers. Like I keep being shown, they keep showing me like this energy, but it's like this energy grid, but it's like a line, and then there's like 1, 2, 3, 4 like perpendicular lines with it, and there's like little dots around each of the end of the perpendicular lines. And it's like, but it's made of energy. It's not made of matter. And it's like this glowing, like whitish, goldish, yellow grid. And it's like standing up from someone's palm, or from the, you know what I mean, from the starseed's palm. And it's standing like that, and it's like that's you. And it's almost like this invention that you've helped to create, or that you've had a decision in helping to create, for the betterment of the people, helping to aid them in some form or fashion. I'm not really getting much more than that right now. Let's put a pin in that. Maybe we'll come back. But yeah, so you guys are basically the bridge bringers. And what I'm seeing here with this 8 of Pentacles especially, it's like you take people that are feeling desolate. Healers, like I was saying, you've definitely been in service to spirit, but also with this, you're a part of this SOS council almost, where it's like you're taking these refugees, these people who have nowhere to go, who feel isolated, desolate, and alone, and you're helping to build up civilizations. You're helping to it's like you're an inventor almost, is what I'm getting. It's like you invent things to be able to build up these civilizations and to help these people assimilate into these civilizations. And it's like you're inventing things to be able to help their oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm sorry, but I get so like, you're just in a different headspace when you channel. And so I get really excited because I hear things and I'm like, that's so cool. You know what I mean? So what I'm hearing is basically like at the higher dimensions and the higher realms, starseed civilizations require a lot more energy-based work, or their food is a lot more energy-based, the way that they create their systems for, I don't know, getting around, like traveling, the way that they live, the way that they have their houses set up, it's all based more on energy than it is here in the 3D realm, right? And so it's almost like there's this, there's like this energetic blueprint in each starseed planet. And it's innate to that starseed civilization. And so sometimes what I'm hearing is, especially when you're in the higher realms, if you have people from a different energetic blueprint trying to assimilate into a different planet that has a different vibrational frequency, sometimes it can be very tough for those displaced souls to be able to assimilate. So it's almost like, that what I was seeing in the palm and this here, it's like you're part of a council who's created something to help their energy shift to be able to assimilate better into the planet that they're taking refuge in, that they're now trying to assimilate into, which I've never heard something like that before. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, I get so excited when I hear these things. And what they're equating it to, the way that you'll be able to understand this pile one, is it's like when you come from the higher dimensions, when you identify as being, a light being or an angelic being, or you reside in the higher dimensions usually, and you come down to this third dimensional plane, this very dense plane, it's often hard because there's such a big difference in the energetic frequencies between the higher realms and the lower realms. It's like there's a big jump there. which is fitting because I said that you guys were bridge builders from the beginning. So bridge builders in more than one sense. And you guys are very strong healers, energetic workers. And so it's like you use that talent as being great with energy, as creating these inventions, like that thing sticking up from the Starseed's palm that I was seeing, and being able to help their energy. It's like you build a bridge to be able to help their energy assimilate, and you also help them assimilate in general to these other planets. You also, and what I'm seeing with this Two of Cups here and with the Lovers, I'm not seeing it in the traditional tarot sense. I'm seeing this as more of like an alliance. Like you are a bridge builder, and when it comes to alliances too. And it's funny, at the beginning of the reading, I was like, yeah, it's like you're part of this council, kind of like the World Council here on Earth, where you have different countries represented who make decisions. It's like you're a very good negotiator, you're a very good debater, you're very level-headed, you're very logical when it calls for it. A very high-level soul, very, very grounded in being able to compromise and being able to communicate ideas effectively, and to have two opposite ends, two opposing ideas, two opposing groups of people actually find common ground and meet in the middle and compromise, which is it's a very tough skill. And I'm told that you guys are masters at that. You're very masterful at negotiating, at being able to like create stories for other people to understand different perspectives in the higher realms, which is super cool. You're very empathetic. Yes. Okay. What I'm seeing here though is definitely the alliance, and then this is you is what I'm getting. So it's like, again, it's like you're taking two opposing groups of people, two opposing ideas, two opposing thoughts, and it's like you are the master bridge builder, creating that common ground between two. It's like that saying, you meet someone at common ground to take them to higher ground. You're masters at meeting people at common ground. You're very empathetic, so you can put yourself in other people's shoes, and you're very good at communicating those perspectives to other people. You're very good with manipulating energy, but not in a bad way, in a way that makes other people heal and assimilate quicker, and being able to help people find compromise faster, so that decisions for the benefit of all, I'm hearing, can be made, so that decisions for the greater harmony can be made. That is so interesting. But it's like, yeah, you're a very righteous leader. You're very level-headed. You rule your domain is what I just heard. You rule your domain. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. So something that will help to help you understand what I mean when I say there's no good or bad when it comes to soul rankings in the higher level. It's almost like different people have different specialties, and everyone is like a master in their specific specialty, right? So it's like no one specialty is better than the other, but you're very good at what you do, but so is everybody else at what they do. So it's not like, oh my gosh, like, because you're like this spiritual, like council, high ranking soul, like you're so much better than other people. That duality only exists here in these lower levels. And it's like up there, everyone is celebrated for their own special, unique abilities, which is beautiful. I love that so much. But yeah, you're very righteous in the way that you lead. You're very level-headed. You want what's good for all, right? Not what just is good for few. And it's like, yeah, what I'm seeing here is you're able to help kind of not only maybe assimilate people in these civilizations, but it's like you're a master builder as well. It's like you're an architect helping to maybe build little communities in these new planets that these refugees are being taken to, so that they can have a little piece of home with them. But yeah, with this Empress energy as well, you are very much, everything that I just said. You're very high ranking. You're very righteous as a leader. You're very level-headed. You want what's best for all. You have a good balance of divine feminine and divine masculine as well, which I'm not surprised about. And I'm seeing that as well here. There's a very good balance between the divine feminine and masculine at your starseed core soul level. So that's awesome. Okay, my beautiful, beautiful starseed souls. Let's go ahead and get some messages. So starseed of the light conscious for pile number 1. Can you please tell me some more about their starseed roots Please tell me some more about their star seed roots. I'm going to take a break, I think, in between filming piles 1 and your pile and the next pile, because I can't shake this. Like, oh my gosh, I sound like I'm sick, but I'm not. It's like the strangest thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, and I'm sorry, I keep bumping you guys. We're good. Okay. I did a goddess reading a couple days ago, and I bumped the camera, and I didn't realize it until post when I was editing, and I was like, oh man, I like completely shifted the camera for them, and I didn't even notice. I didn't change it back. So I definitely want to like pay mind to that. Is that, yeah, okay. I want to pay attention to that. So we have earthed. Yeah, learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Yeah. This is you, like you're able to like, I'm hearing you can like travel and traverse between these different worlds, galaxies, planets, and it's like you're protected wherever you go. It's like you have this sacred little bubble around you shielding your energy, and it's like you're able to it's almost like you're an energetic shapeshifter, if that's even like a phrase. I just made it one, I guess, but you're able to like take on other people's energies because you're so empathetic, and you're able to be this bridge builder, and you're able to form alliances between two opposing ideas, sides, energies, take, whatever that is. And you're able to help people find common ground. And so it's like you're able to travel to these different planes, to these different dimensions. And you have mastered this ability to be able to keep your energy your own and not take on any negative aspects I'm hearing of different vibrational frequencies. So you're able to tap into the energy just enough to allow you to be able to get a feel for it, and for you to be able to understand that perspective and that energetic blueprint, that fingerprint, so to speak. But you don't take it on to the point where it's heavy, to where you start taking on maybe the negative aspects of that energy, or where it makes you dense or weighs you down. Because I said before, like your energy is very light, and that's really interesting. So it's like you have this ability to take on the energy, but you don't keep the energy within you. Or it's like, the capacity that the energy needs to stay under. Like it can't go beyond a certain level for you to take on, because at that point, like it would just, that it would start to kind of make your light body denser. And I don't know what that would mean for a starseed in the higher realms, but I'm guessing that would affect your ability to... Yeah, so I'm hearing your ability to it would affect your ability to travel. It would affect your thinking, is what I'm hearing as well. That's super interesting. But yeah, you have this ability to like keep your energy your own, even as you're going in between all of these different galaxies and realms. And it's like you can understand other people and take on their energy just enough to be able to be in their brain, to understand why they do what they do, why they feel what they feel, but you don't let it go beyond that. It's like, yeah, boundaries. That's why I kept hearing boundaries. You have very clear boundaries in place, energetically especially. Ooh, I love it when everything comes full circle and the little loose ends tie up, because at first it's like when you're channeling, sometimes you hear the most random stuff and you're like, okay, boundaries, what does that even mean? Like, what are you trying to communicate? So that's beautiful. That is awesome. Okay. Any other messages for pile number 1? Messages for pile number 1. At their starseed roots, who they are at the starseed roots. Their starseed roots. Their starseed roots. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, the great severing. But it's funny because at first they played a trick on my eyes and I wanted to read it as the great serving. So again, service to spirit. That is your soul for sure. That's just confirmation. But this is Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. Yeah, what did I just say? You take very war-torn... I wanted to say countries. You take very war-torn planets and you help them soften into love. You help them ascend into a higher vibrational frequency. You help them to compromise. You help them to be able to find a way to connect in a way that they weren't before. You have the ability to be able to form alliances between very differing groups of entities, which I'm hearing is very difficult. Am I taking these just the top? Yeah, just the top. Okay. Oh, and then these go up here because they want the different. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, so we have child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Yeah, what did I say? You guys are very ancient souls. You're very high-ranking souls in the higher dimensions. You've had many, many incarnations, not just on the earthly plane, but especially as starseeds. So I'm not surprised to see that whatsoever. And yeah, there's like tons of light in her body. Your light body is very light. There's a lot of like energy. There's a lot of light capacity that you have in your energy body, if that makes sense. So it's like in some realms, some entities can hold like a certain percentage of light and they may be here, but it's like your capacity to have light in your being, in your starseed being, is like up here. You know what I mean? Where it's like others are like here, you're here. So you're very masterful when it comes to that as well. And then here at the bottom of the deck, I'm showing Earth pulsing. So this is pulse of the mother, slow down and time in nature. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just listening. I'm trying to figure out why this is here. Because at first, I want to say, okay, and they're telling me to trust my gut. Because I want to say that this is a message from your starseed soul to you, which I was not expecting because that's not really the scope of this reading. But I feel like they're just putting it in here because it's like they want you to know. So your soul at a starseed level, like, your soul is very, not forceful, but they're very direct. Like they know what needs to be communicated and when, and they're not afraid to be like, nope, this needs to be said. Like, just do it, kind of a thing. So your soul is actually wanting to tell you to actually spend more time in nature because you could be feeling very ungrounded at the moment, or just as of late, you could be feeling kind of out of place is what I'm hearing as well. So you could have a sense of homesickness, missing home, knowing that you're not of this realm and wanting to be in the higher dimensions, but you're being encouraged by your starseed self that you chose this incarnation on planet Earth for a reason. You chose to be here for a very specific mission. Your soul knew what it was doing. And so it is tough to be kind of in this denser environment, but you're here to do a good work is what I just heard. You're here to do a good work. And so just remember to be able to take things slow, to be able to enjoy your time while you're here, to be able to find some peace in nature, take walks, really connect with Mother Gaia, because I'm being told that she has light codes that your soul specifically has ingrained into Mother Gaia. Your soul embeds light codes within specific planets, and Gaia is no exception. So when you spend time in nature, you're going to be able to start receiving intuitive hits and downloads from your own soul, messages that your own soul has embedded in this planet that you will only be able to receive when you actually go out into Gaia and spend time in nature, which is super cool to hear. Dang, that's awesome. Amazing. Okay. I want to kind of just pull one more card. I feel like I don't want to leave it there. I want to get one more card here. So, okay. Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Messages for pile 1, please. Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Starseed Roots for pile 1. Messages for pile 1. Oy. There we go. My back just cracked. Yeah, okay. At this point, we're just getting like more of the same. We're just getting confirmations on confirmations at this point. So we have trader here, exchange energy to create abundance. Yeah. So trader, in the sense that it's like you have this, yeah, exchange energy. What did I say? You're a very master masterful when it comes to energy work. But yeah, you have this ability to be able to know how to exchange energy correctly, or how to like transpose frequencies, kind of like in a sheet of music. You have different chords and different keys, you know, that give off different notes of music. But it's like you're able to take one key of energy and transpose it into another key, to be able to help create alliances, compromise, helping people, yeah, creating like this foundation of helping people ascend energetically, by creating this, again, this bridge, for people to be able to meet at common ground, where previously maybe they wouldn't have been able to see eye to eye without you there kind of helping to bridge that gap for each party, which is super interesting. So this is who you are at a root level for your starseed incarnations. And yeah, at the back of the deck, we have High Priestess, harness mystic power. So yeah, you guys are definitely old, ancient, mystical souls, high level energy workers here. Not surprised. It has been amazing to be in your energy. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. You guys are wise, amazing souls. And I'm so happy to have been able to help you a little bit, hopefully, with this reading. So go ahead and like and subscribe to see more videos like this. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next reading. Alrighty, hello, my beautiful pile twos. So if you chose this gorgeous Amazonite heart, this is for sure your reading. So let's see what you got here. So we have, interesting, the Sorcerer in reverse. Okay, and this is number 48. Okay. Warrior is the first thing that I just heard. Yeah, interesting. What I'm getting with your pile, it's so interesting because we turn this right side up. I notice like this big color right here, yellow and orange, and then we have a bunch of this rainbow. I'm getting a lot of like Lyra energy from this, for sure. Oh my gosh, yeah, a lot of Lyra energy. Arcturian energy too. No, Andromedan. Lyran and Andromedan for sure. Arcturian maybe, but more Andromedan. Yeah. Okay, so you guys are like, at a soul level, you guys are larger than life. You're very much kind of like that put me in coach type of mentality. Like you want to see everybody win. And so you're the first to volunteer for kind of anything. You know what I mean? So like you're the first to, obviously we have a lot of star seeds that are incarnating here on earth to be able to help ascend into higher dimensions, right? And that's happening, kind of that shift is happening right now. And you're like, you were one of the first souls I'm being told who was like, yeah, you need me, I'm there. Like, I'm here. I want to see everybody win. And so I'm the first one to like go down there and go boots on the ground, kind of like pull my bootstraps up and like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like there's like this control room up in space of like your soul tribe. And it's like they're looking down on you here on earth and as you're incarnated. Interesting. Yeah. And it's like they're looking down on you, and it's like energetically they're kind of helping you, like telepathically, like communicate certain things to you from what they can see as you're here on earth trying to like seed these new light codes in. But in these past incarnations, and it's interesting because they're taking me to like this incarnation. And in the last reading, I was taken to like their starseed incarnations and kind of what their soul has done as they incarnate into different starseed races. With you, they're taking me towards like your human incarnation. But yeah, they're telling me that they're putting it to me in that way because they're saying they're saying even in your starseed incarnations, it's like it's that same theme running throughout your different lives and as different light beings and entities and star seeds in different galaxies and planets. That's always your mentality, is just like you want to help everyone succeed, you want to help everybody win. It's like, put me in, coach. You're very much like, yeah, you're really funny. You're really funny. You're very like outgoing. Even if you don't feel that way kind of in your human form, like at a soul level, this is who you are, I'm being told. And you're very, very loud, very outgoing, very much like the life of the party. You like to have a good time. You know what I mean? Like you like to have a wholesome, healthy, good time as a star seed. And you know how to do it, is what I'm being told. Like, you know how to put it down. So that's interesting. It's like I'm getting very much like, woo, yeah, kind of vibes from this pile. Super different energy from the first pile, but I love it. It's like this, like, you know what I mean? You don't know what I mean. I didn't say anything. Sorry. You can't read my mind. I need to communicate with words. But it's almost like this energy of you kind of like, let's go on a road trip. You know, I got the tunes, I got the snacks, you know, we're gonna go to a concert. Let's go. Let's leave tomorrow, right? And you're just like that person who gets the rental car with the sunroof, and you have all the snacks and you have the itinerary planned and you make it super fun for everybody. You got the Airbnb all set up for everyone. Like, that's you on a soul level. But yeah, you're very much kind of like the last pile. You're very much in service to spirit, but it's very different in the sense where it's like you love to be able to like let loose and have fun, and like you're not afraid of getting your hands dirty and being a part of like the ground crew and being the first to volunteer and things, but you want to have a good time while you're doing it. You know what I mean? So that's really interesting. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of throat chakra energy here, which is not surprising too, because I see the light kind of going through his throat chakra there. Yeah, but the fact that it's in reverse, it's almost like, yeah, it's like there have been incarnations as a star seed, like at your core level, where you've been fundamentally changed because of really big things that have happened to you, heartbreaking things. You know, like the last pile, you could have also experienced in one of your incarnations, like one of your home planets being destroyed. And so you have to kind of start from scratch, start over. You have to kind of begin again. Yeah, I'm getting confirmation chills on my head, which is really interesting. Usually they're on my arms and on my legs that I feel them. So I'm getting like crown chakra chills as I was saying that, very light crown chakra chills. So you definitely could be a soul that has had that happen, you know, some of those really traumatic, dense things. But it's like you're very resilient. Like you bounce right back, and you're like, okay, let's kind of see the positive in this. Let's start again. Let's kind of make things the best that we can from this. It's like, you know, that song, like, we need a little Christmas right now. There's really not a lot of reason for them to be happy, but it's like, nope, let's kind of bring in some cheer here. Like, that's such a random song to hear, but that's like the energy that I'm feeling. Everything is drab and dreary, but you're like the light. You're the soul that comes in, and you provide that like restart, that resurgence for everybody, that lightning bolt of energy to get everybody kind of revamped again. I'm like, oh yeah, let's be positive. Let's kind of, you know, reintegrate our energy into this new frequency, into this new space. Like, let's make the best of this. Like, that is your soul. You're the one who kind of generates all of that for everybody, which is beautiful. That is awesome. But yeah, you've definitely had some traumatic experiences in your past incarnations, which is what I'm getting here with the sorcerer in reverse, especially. But yes, okay. I think that's it for now. So let's go ahead and head on over to the tarot deck. All right. My French accent is a little rusty, so don't judge me. We're all doing the best we can out here. Okay, Starseed's a light conscious. I'm taking on your energy. Like, look at me. I'm like joking. Not that I don't do that already, but your energy is just super light for me. I love it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to give the full picture here before I start channeling. But yeah, we have the Five of Pentacles. So Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Who is pile 2 at their roots for Starseeds? Yes. Queen of Pentacles. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Who is pile 2 at their Starseed roots? Who is pile 2 at their Starseed roots? Who is pile 2 at their Starseed roots? Am I taking that? No. Who is pile 2 at their Starseed roots? Yeah. It's interesting that you chose the Amazonite heart too. And there's also like this, I know it's a circle, but they're showing it to me as like this moon energy at his heart chakra. If you can see that. And it's like you have a very strong heart center, and you're able to allow, that's what, yeah, and that's why you're so resilient. Like you've had these traumatic things happen to you. You have had incarnations where you've had planets destroyed, where you've had really terrible things happen in these, you know, because those really traumatic, tragic events can still happen in the higher realms. You know, with starseeds, it's not just at the 3-dimensional level that this stuff happens. And so you've gone through a lot of that, but you're so resilient and you bounce back so quickly because you have a very strong heart center that's like a furnace, is what I just heard. Like it's a furnace that just like boop, 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 you know, that just burns everything away and purifies everything. So you're able to bounce back quite quickly. We have the 6 of Swords here as well. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Yes, thank you. Ooh. And then we have the World. Okay. Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots? Who is pile 2? Oh, I forgot to, okay. I forgot to pull the starseed races, you guys. Oh, yeah. 6 of Wands. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Amazing. Okay. Let's actually do one more. Starseeds of Light Conscious. Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots, please? Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots? Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots? Am I taking that? Yeah. 7 of Cups, but it's in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. And then we have at the back of the deck, 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. You know, 2 of your cards here, 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, came up for the first group as well. I'm getting completely different messages here. It's so fascinating how that happens. Okay. So first of all, I need to get myself together and we need to pull some starseed races to figure out what 3 starseed races you identify with the most at a soul level. So Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Am I taking these 2? Yes, I am. What starseed race does pile 2 identify with the most? I'm really getting pulled to this one, so we will do that. Okay. So first off, we have here tall white aliens. Yeah, okay. I know it's a weird term, tall white aliens, but I really like these beings. They are very, yeah, they're very much like, yeah, and I just got like light chills along like the back of my arm and my neck, like in a good way, not in a creepy way. But they're very much, let me clarify. They're very much kind of like, in terms of school, you know, like we all go through different levels of spiritual advancement before we can actually become one with source again. Once we like advanced so far spiritually, it's like they're, you know, right now at a 3rd dimensional level here on earth, we're like little preschoolers, like little toddlers in terms of spiritual development. The tall whites are like college level in terms of spiritual development. So they're very advanced. as their civilization. But they are just beautiful, benevolent beings. They kind of almost, their energy reminds me of like archangel energy in a way. Like it's very big energy. It's very bright energy when you tap into it. And there's a tall white being that I work with a lot, and he shows himself to me in the form of a red wren, a little red wren bird. And I see little red birds all the time now, and just in different, in pictures or in the craft store or, in real life. And their energy is very sweet. So that's beautiful that you got that. I'm a fan. So if you don't know much about tall white aliens, and not a lot of people do, I would say Google it. They're beautiful beings. You also have blue ray, which I'm certainly not surprised. Blue ray beings. These tend to be a little bit of like the mutts of the starseeds, which just is a testament of how many different types of races you've incarnated as. So you could identify honestly with a lot of the different starseed races. I wouldn't be surprised. And then we have Sirius A coming through. And actually, you know what? I want to pull one more. I really want to pull one more. Because I was getting strong Lyran energy. And you know what? Even if Lyra does not come up from this, just know that you for sure are Lyran starseeds. Like, you've definitely had multiple incarnations in Lyra. That is for sure energy that I'm picking up here. Okay. So starseeds of the light conscious. What starseed race does pile 2 identify the most with? That was sticking to my hand, so we'll pick that one. Okay. Ah, Venusians, Hathor, yes. Their planet does not exist anymore. That's what I was getting to with, you've definitely gone through a lot of serious changes, a lot of traumatic events, and the Venusians, the Hathors, look them up. They're beautiful beings, but their planet was, I don't know if it was destroyed, but it's not inhabitable anymore. So it doesn't exist any longer. So definitely, do some research on that, on these, the tall whites, the blue rays, Sirius A specifically, because there's Sirius A and Sirius B. So Sirius A is coming out for you guys, and then the Venusians and Hathor energy, okay? Right. Okay, so back on track here. Now let's read the tarot. So yeah, what I'm getting from this for sure is that you guys very much are energetically wealthy, is like what I'm hearing. Like, you're very vibrant souls. You're very big, boisterous type of souls. The world here as well. There's very strong energy here. It's like, yeah, you're like these warriors being the first to yeah, it's like when you're enlisting in the army and you have like people who volunteer to go into the army, and you're like, yeah, I'll take one for the team and I'll do this. Like, it's that's your energy, but you don't see it as taking one for the team. You truly enjoy incarnating and being, that first to volunteer, and that person who is helping other souls to advance and to evolve. Like, you truly do. And I think it's fitting how the Queen of Pentacles is facing these two people in the 5. Geez Louise, there we go. How the Queen of Pentacles is facing the 2 people in the 5 of Pentacles, because it's like you are giving. These people are distraught, and they are energetically like spent, right? And they don't know what else to do. They're destitute, but it's like you are this Queen of Pentacles holding this key, this abundance for them. And you're a very giving soul. You give very easily to other people, without even trying. That's just who you are at a soul level. Like I said before, you want to see everybody win. You want the collective to ascend together, and whatever that means, by whatever means necessary, you're willing to do that, because you want everyone to be happy. You want everyone to be okay. You want to see other civilizations thrive, right? Because at some level you've experienced that loss of a civilization maybe destroying itself because it destroyed it. Did I just say that? I did. You've experienced a civilization destroying itself because of technology gone wrong, or deceit, or selfishness, or any of these other kind of denser negative emotions. And you don't want to see other civilizations go through that. And so I feel like that's part of why you're incarnating right now. This is coming from your soul. That's part of why you're so passionate about incarnating and being part of this team here on Earth to help Earth ascend from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. That is happening right now. This is like the big kahuna energy shift between these two dimensions happening now. And you wanted to be a part of this movement, is what I'm hearing, because you feel so passionate about this. I'm getting so many confirmation chills right now. You feel so passionate about this mission because you have experienced the opposite side of that. You've experienced civilizations not surviving because they just destroyed themselves. They weren't able to sustain because they fell into these negative energetic traps. And you don't want to see that happen in other civilizations and other planets and other galaxies. And so it's like, that's like your soul's core mission. Like the root of you is going from galaxy to galaxy, planet to planet, and volunteering and helping these civilizations basically not self-implode. You're meant to be part of the ground crew a lot of times, and you're physically seeding these light codes into these planets, into these realms, into these dimensions, because you want to see other civilizations ascend and thrive, is what I'm hearing. That's beautiful. You're beautiful souls, such giving souls. Wow. Oh my gosh, yeah, and that's you. Six of Wands, it's like you're a soldier coming back from war, and it's like everybody is recognizing you for the selfless work that you're doing in other realms. This doesn't go here, this goes here. Hello. And it's like, yeah, you're this this person taking people from shaky waters, from shaky ground into this calmer water. You're helping that vibrational shift on a ground level. Do you see how he's physically in the boat with her? It's like some people, some souls are very good when it comes to being like spirit guides, and when it comes to being energetically available for other people's spiritual advancement and development, and that side of these incarnations is for sure necessary. It's kind of like you can't have a ton of people or souls incarnating and no spiritual help from the other realm. It's like as above, so below. It needs to be grounded. It's like, as within, so without, coming from the higher dimensions, that guidance needs to be there energetically to be able to seed into the physical, so that we don't lose our way as we're down here. But you oftentimes will choose to physically incarnate because you love that feeling of being able to help shift the frequency from one, what do you even call that? Plane is what popped into my mind, but I don't know that makes sense. But they're telling me from one plane to another plane. Yeah, from one plane of existence to another plane of existence. You're shifting that vibrational frequency for these different realms and planets. I just realized she is not covered up. There we go. Okay. Okay, what else? What else? Yeah, what did I just say? So the world here, it's like these are your spiritual guides on the other side. These are your soul tribe helping you from the navigation center in the other realms. And it's like, you're here, you're physically grounded, and you're just like, here's my wands, here are my staves, here are my tools, like, let's go get them, go get them, tiger, kind of a thing, is what I just heard. Go get them, tiger. And that's your soul tribe talking to you, which is so funny. Your soul tribe has a sense of humor. I love your guys' energy. Oh man, I could be friends with you. I wonder if you guys are a part of my soul tribe. You guys are awesome. But yeah, and then with the Seven of Cups in reverse, it's like what was I just saying? You want to help people ascend. You want to help civilizations not self-destruct. And so you want to show civilizations the possibilities that come with, being able to have more of a conscious love, more of a selfless aspect to living, more of a, going green, going vegan, right? And, your own personal decisions are you. And I'm not here to say that one is better than the other, but you just have specific things that you're trying to seed into other planets. And this being in reverse, it's almost like, again, you've experienced the negative, the other side of that, and you don't want to see that happen anywhere else. And so you're really here to help this realm, especially right now, ascend. And it's like you go where you're needed is what I hear. You go where you're needed, and it's like you complete your missions. And once your missions are done, it's like, okay, like Mary Poppins, like Mary Poppins comes and she like helps the kids and she reunites the family, right? And everything is great. And then she's like, okay, you guys don't need me any longer. And she goes on to the next family. That's you. You're the Mary Poppins of Starseeds. That came from your soul tribe. Oh my gosh, I love your guys' sense of humor, can I just say? This is amazing. And yeah, 8 of Pentacles. So this is basically the what I'm seeing here. It's like you're building. Yeah, and this came out for pile 1 as well, but for you, I'm almost seeing it's like you're building light codes in different realms. You're seeding these light codes, these new ways of thinking, these breaking these old patterns, these old behavior cycles that we see from these lower dimensions that has no place in these higher frequencies that we're shifting into. It's like you're part of that crew that's helping to ground these new light codes, these new belief systems into place here, which is just beautiful. And I just realized we are like way over time right now, so let's get into some Starseed messages. I like could go and go and go. Like I get into some rabbit holes here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This came out for pile number 1 as well. So you guys must need to hear this as well. Earth pulsing, the pulse of the mother, slow down at time in nature. So I'm getting 2 messages here. So number 1, this is a message from your soul again to you, which isn't really the scope of this reading, but I feel like your soul is kind of very direct, just like pile 1's was. And so they want you to spend time in nature because there are specific light codes that your soul has crafted, literally created. It's like your soul is like a programmer, and your soul, like when you physically incarnate, it's like you take that program that you created in the higher realms and you like plant it in the 3rd dimensional here or wherever you're incarnating at. That's really interesting. Wow. So that's you. You are the programmer of Starseeds. That's kind of one of your specializations. I said 1, so you could have multiple specializations, multiple things that you are considered a master at or a knower of in depth. So this is really saying that when you spend time in Mother Gaia, you can tap into these light codes that you have had a hand in creating, right? And so you're able to actually physically connect with that energy and take in that energy into your energetic and your light body when you do hiking, when you go out in, to the beach, or when you go for a walk in your neighborhood, whatever it is. But that physical movement allows you to tap into these light codes that you've had a chance to create. And then I'm also getting here with Earth pulsing, the pulse of Mother, slow down time in nature. Do you see how this soul is immersed in this bed of flowers? They're like immersed in this world, and it's like that is you. You are the ground crew. You choose to incarnate in the 3rd dimensional reality, similar to the feeling that I was getting from the world here. It's like that is your soul. You are the one who wants to be in the game. Get your head in the game is what I just heard. Get your head in the game. High School Musical coming through. Hey. But yeah, so you're the one who like is wanting to be in the game, is wanting to get your hands dirty, wants to kind of roll up your sleeves and be immersed in the environment that you're going into. That is who you are, and that's what you truly enjoy doing. You love being immersed in the environments that you incarnate into. You love experiencing things just in general at a soul level. You're very much like a little kid in that way, like very much like inner child energy coming through here, but it's like a grounded inner child, a very mature inner child, if you will. But you're very much like you want to experience things. You have this wonder, this innate awe for just experiencing human existence or experiencing other dimensional realities or planes or planets of existence, right? That's just all things that you find so fascinating. You love to experience all of that. Okay, that was too many. Okay, Starseeds of Light Conscious. Your cards are jumping. Starseeds of Light Conscious. Pile 2. Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots? Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots, please? Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots? Close but no cigar, they were saying. Close but no cigar. Okay. I will find you. There is a message in here that wants to come out, and I feel it. I feel it. I will find you. There it goes. Did you guys see that? It was like a fish. There you are. Yeah. Yeah, you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. You thrive in communities. You love building communities. You love being able to create connection in other realms. And you love being able to, like I said, you love experiences. You love being able to incarnate in different realities and planes of existence. And you really enjoy meeting the souls at those different dimensions, because not every soul is a starseed like this. Not every soul has this type of mission or this soul path that they're doing. And so some souls may choose to incarnate just on like maybe one planet, and that's their choice. Or maybe they choose just maybe a couple. But you being like bouncing around to wherever you're needed based on who needs you and when, you love connecting with these different frequencies and these different souls and different planes of reality. You thrive on community. You're very much like a people person, which is what I was getting before. You're like the life of the party. You're very much like, hey, you know, like I got everything we need. Like, let's go. Let's do stuff. Like, let's experience life. You know, let's be immersed in this beauty that we're surrounded by. Let's just experience exactly everything that's around us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's you. You just are excited about life and living life, which is amazing. That is your soul. That's beautiful. Alrighty. Starseeds of the Light Conscious. Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots? Who is pile 2 at their starseed roots, please? Thank you. Oh, interesting. So we have here, one fell on the floor. Okay, so we have the blue flame that popped out here. Spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. Yeah, you guys are very much Blu-ray and then Sirius is definitely two things that I'm getting here, especially with this card coming out. So you guys definitely could identify heavily with those two starseed races is what I'm hearing. Jeez Louise. There we go. You guys, so Google it is my point. Google it. But blue energy specifically could really resonate with you quite easily. So maybe if you do some meditations with some visualizations of blue energy kind of surrounding your energetic body or cleansing you from the inside out, this blue flame or this blue energy, I'm hearing that that might help you as well. But yeah, integration time. Yeah, you're definitely one who, again, everything that I just said before, you integrate these light codes into the physical plane when you physically incarnate. Like, that's just who you are. That is just you. You have this ability to be able to plant these new seeds in the ground, and you do it with ease. Like, you've been doing this for a while. Like, this isn't your first time around the block is what I just heard. Like, you are not the new kid on the block here. You do this professionally is what I just heard. That's so funny. Yeah, double mission, light worker, starseed. serve the world by being you. So you're very unique. You're very, yeah, you go to the beat of your own drum and you don't care what anybody else has to say about you. You live out your path and you do it with such grace, but you are not quiet about who you are either. And again, this is at a soul level, and I feel the need to keep saying that because some of you may not identify with these characteristics on an earthly level, like in your 3D incarnation here, but your soul tribe especially is telling me, your soul tribe, your starseed soul tribe is telling me to tell you that this is who you are underneath all the layers of your physical incarnation. Like at a root level, this is who your soul like is. You know what I mean? So just, I feel the need to say that because I keep saying like at a soul level, this is who you are at a soul level. So you may be like, I don't know if I necessarily resonate with that here as I am right now. And that's for some of you. So yeah, again, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Everything that I was just saying is being confirmed here again. So you're definitely light beings. You're here to serve a greater cause. And like I said before, you chose this incarnation here on Earth, this like big kahuna energy shift from 3D to 5D, because you don't want other planets to be able to, or other civilizations to go through that destruction that you've seen, that you've witnessed, that you've experienced firsthand, and you've seen the destruction, right? And again, this being in reverse, like you have seen things, pile 2, okay? You are definitely a deep soul. You've experienced a lot of tragedy, a lot of loss, a lot of grief, but you bounce right back. You're very resilient because you have a strong throat chakra, a very strong heart space, and you come through with this light, positive, funny ability. You're very comedic at a soul level, and you just want to see everybody happy. You just want to see everybody okay, right? And you're committed to that. Yeah, eagle, see things from a higher perspective. Exactly. So you see, with this eye coming through here, you see everything as it should be, and you want, some people will say you're an idealist, but you're like, yeah, it's like that song by John Lennon, Imagine, like, you may say that I'm a dreamer. Sorry, I have allergies, so I can't, I'm very congested right now, but it's like, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world can live as one. That's your energy. You are Imagine by John Lennon. That is you. And you see how everything should be from a higher perspective, and you want to be able to make it a reality, is what I hear. Like, you don't just want it to be something where it's like, oh, this could be one possible timeline that we go down. Like, wow, what if, that'd be great. It's like, no, let's make it happen. Like, if we see it and we know it's a possibility, let's freaking go, guys. Let's make it happen. Like, I want to see this become a reality here. Let's go, right? That is you. Yeah, medicine mother, honor your inner knowing. Yeah, so you guys are for sure very intuitive. I'm not surprised. I 100% am not surprised. You're very intuitive. You're very much giving, yeah, it's like by you being your authentic self, you're providing medicine to other people by just being you. And sometimes you may be, and I've read for this collective before, I think, where it's like here in the 3D realm, you may sometimes feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Like I need to be doing more. You may be very tough on yourselves, very hard on yourselves. But what I'm hearing is like you just being physically incarnated here, you having the energetic like codes within you that you do, and being alive here and now, living and breathing, like that's enough. Like you're already doing so much because at an energetic level, you're shifting this energy in real time here that starseeds in other dimensions can't necessarily have the same effect on the energy that incarnated souls like yourself, incarnated starseeds like yourself can. So it's like you're giving medicine to Mother Gaia, you're giving medicine to the collective, to society by just being who you are, by being in this light worker energy, okay? This is beautiful. Okay, pile 2. You are Incredible souls. I am so honored to be able to tap into your energy. Thank you so much. I'm really excited about where you guys are headed. I see big things for you, just like intuitive hits that I'm getting. Your 3D path here in this world, you're meant for a lot of abundance. You're meant to really strive and be shakers and movers and world changers in whatever meaning that has for you. That definitely is your path. But again, it's been such a pleasure to read for you guys. Go ahead and like and subscribe to see more videos like these. And I love you so much. I will see you in the next reading. All right. Hello, my lovely, lovely pile threes. Last but certainly not least. So this is if you were drawn to this beautiful raw crystal quartz, then this definitely is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and see what we've got going on here. So we have magic number 33. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. There we go. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So right away here, number 33 is a master number. First things first, 11, 22, 33, 44, and so on. So 33 coming through here, especially with the magic, definitely says to me that in your starseed incarnations, in your lives as starseeds, this is like ascended master type of energy, Arcturian energy for sure. And it feels like your energy feels like this calm, quiet flowing and this knowing. Does that make sense? It's like I could be in your energy all day. You make people feel like, as a starseed, you make people feel like everything is okay. Everything is as it should be. There's no other place that you should be except for here and now. You're enough just as you are. Like, this is like the self-love kind of guru who makes everyone feel like all right, and just like the world is as it should be, everything is okay, and just rest. This feels like you're a teacher of some sort. Tons of crown chakra energy here that you can see up above in her head. And it just feels like this mysterious energy, honestly, that's kind of hard for me to tap into. I feel like there's many different sides of you, and it's almost like you take pride in that. At your roots as a starseed, it's like you take pride in the fact that no one can really pin you down, because there's so many different versions of you almost. But I'm definitely getting ascended master energy here. I'm definitely getting teacher of some sort, being able to help other souls evolve. And it's not like here in the 3D realms where as a teacher you teach children. This is even adult starseeds, and it all works a little bit differently up there, but it's almost like you hold like master classes is what I just heard. You hold master classes on subjects that actually matter for the soul to be able to go beyond where it currently is and to access higher energy points, higher dimensions. Yeah, because there's 12 dimensions that we know of so far. And it's almost like you have to master. Okay, so this is coming through as well. So you have this great ability to balance the logic with the creative, the free-flowing, the heart space, the love, right? So it's super important to have the logic, the problem solving, the facts, but it's just as important to have that heart side of it, two sides of the same coin, right? So when you ascend into higher dimensions, it's not enough just to ascend on a logic-based type of paradigm. You know, there's some starseed races that have ascended and are going through the higher dimensions purely just based off of, you know, engineering and, you know, mathematics and the way that things work and, you know, definite systems, you know, of trying to understand physics and master, you know, all of the technical sides. But what I think also, this is why I'm getting ascended master energy as well, because ascended masters, they understand that piece of it, but it's like, they also know that it's very important to have a pure heart space, to have a pure heart, and to be able to intertwine that almost with the logic. And it's like you have such a delicate balance of each, which is almost why it's hard for me to place your energy, because it's like you have such a mixture going on of these different, like, it's almost like facets of a gem that I'm seeing. And it's like you are the epitome of, so in, okay, this is the theater nerd in me coming out, but in improv, in theater, there's always this rule that we call yes and, right? So when you're doing a scene with people in improv, you know, let's say you're, someone says like, oh my gosh, we're in an arcade and that pizza monster is coming after us. The rule is always, you can't say to the other person like, oh no, we're not in an arcade, we're at the beach. Like, what are you talking about? You can't change anything. It's always the rule of yes and, right? So you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, that pizza monster is coming after us. Oh, look, and there's that soda, you know, monster and whatever. And you just keep adding to the story. There's nothing that can be taken away from it. That's you. You're like this different facets of one gem. And it's always like, oh, that's your energy. That's who you are. And you're like, yes. And turn your perspective a little bit. And this is me, and this is me, and this is me, and this is me. You know what I mean? And it just keeps going. This is fascinating. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. It's like shape-shifting energy, you know? This is super interesting. But yeah, you have a really good balance of the heart and the logic side for sure. That's what I was saying. What else? Yeah. Rose quartz, art space. Hello. Yeah. But there's also like this side of you that just, you know what it's all for. Like some people, okay. Oh gosh, did I bump you guys again? I'm sorry. I bumped the little rod, but hopefully, yeah, I think we're good. Where was I? Oh yes, thank you. Some people, they can master the problem solving and understanding all the technicalities of how the physics of the universe works and all of that. But it's like they can understand all of those aspects, but they lose the awe. Yeah, this is the core of you. So some people, they lose the awe and the wonder once they understand all of the the aspects. You know, it's like, oh, we're all, you know, a multitude of little, you know, pieces that separated from source at the inception. And now we're all going through this, you know, ascended journey to raise our energy frequencies and our vibrations so that we ascend enough to where we can merge back with source. Like, okay, we understand all of that, and they know tons of stuff about this and that and all of this, you know, technical, logic-based facts and information. But it's like at the same time, they lose that awe of like, but wait, look at Mother Gaia. Like, look at this ocean here in front of us. You know, look at this beautiful landscape that we have here. Isn't it crazy that we have trillions of cells making up our human bodies? Isn't that nuts? You know, and that is you. You are such a master when it comes to knowing so much and understanding so much, but you're this gentle giant where, you know, it's like you care about the tiniest of insects, you know, and you make sure that the little spider, you know, is not crushed, or the little ant gets, you know, safely across the road, or whatever the case is. I don't know. But what I'm trying to say is you understand that awe and that wonder, along with, you know, getting all of the, yes, facts, that's important, but also look, heart space, creativity, being able to let your inner child roam free. Yeah, let your inner child roam free is what I just heard. But also having like this ancient wisdom coming through. It's like you're an old man. Don't take this the wrong way. It's like, sorry, this came out wrong. Your energy is like an old man, like an old sage. Could be an old woman. I don't want to, anyway, old man, woman. Very sage energy coming through, but at the same time, it's like this inner child is merging with it. And it's like, let's go play, you know, but let's also teach a master class to all of these higher dimensional starseeds at the same time. This is nuts. Oh man. Wow, you guys are awesome. Who are you? This is so cool. Very different energy from the first two piles. This is really cool. Okay. So in the first two piles, I forgot to pull the races first. So I did not forget. Third time is a charm for pile number 3. So starseeds of the light conscious, please tap me in. Am I taking that? No. Please tap me into the top 3 starseed races that pile 3 identifies the most with. And even if Arcturian doesn't come from these papers, just know that I'm definitely getting that energy here, and you have had multiple incarnations as an Arcturian starseed. That is for sure energy that I'm pulling here. So definitely Google Arcturians as well, if that doesn't pop up, okay? Which starseed races do they identify most with? Boom. And boom. Okay. Yep. A little something. I don't know what that was. Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Crystal Child came up. Ah. Alrighty. Interesting. And then we also have, oh, Orion again. Orion popped up for the first one, and so did Crystal Child, actually. Interesting. And Blu-ray, oh my gosh, that popped up for the first, okay. So just so you know, Blu-rays are kind of the mutts of the starseeds. And these already popped up for the other piles as well. So I actually want to pull 2 more, just because with Blu-ray being the mutts and Crystal Children is kind of vague. That's kind of like, could be anything. So I don't want to make you feel like, man, I kind of got gypped here. So I'm going to pull 2 more for you guys. Fear not. I gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, 2 more. Here we go. We have Indigo Child. Dear Lord, you have all the children going on. Kind of vague, but that's okay. And then you also have, let's see, Draconian, dragon energy. Okay, don't click off. Okay, here's something to understand. Reptilians, Draconians, are there, you know, bad varieties of those, you know, races? Yes. But are there good varieties as well? Yes. Draconians are a subrace of the reptilians, and this is where the realm of the dragons come from, which obviously dragons, there are definitely good dragon energies out there. And dragons are very ancient beings. They are very wise souls. And so this definitely fits with the energy that I'm getting from you, actually. So I would not be surprised if you actually, you know, reside in those higher realms often, like your spirit just naturally finds home there. And I work with a lot of dragon energies, and they're just beautiful souls. And gentle giants, yes, exactly. Dragons are gentle giants, and that's exactly what I was saying before. I'm actually going to pull one more since you got Indigo Child. I feel like this is just, I want to make sure that you guys get your fair share here. Yeah, and then Tarka, oh my gosh, I can never say this right. If anyone knows how to say it, let me know. Your girl does not know how to say that word properly. So, okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what your tarot cards say, because Orion and Mintarka, they both have, they don't exist anymore, these home planets. And it's funny because this was kind of energies that this is like a common thread going throughout all 3 piles. Each energy of the pile is very different, but the common thread I'm seeing is that all of you guys tend to be from kind of war-torn planets initially, or places that don't exist anymore. And so that heavily ties into your talents, your abilities, your missions as starseeds, and you know, what your purpose and your passion is. So seeing Mintarka and Orion both pop up is very interesting for me. But yeah, you guys are like seasoned vets when it comes to like starseed incarnations. Ancient energy. I cannot emphasize that enough. For sure, you guys are, yeah. Masters. Yeah, Ace of Wands. I'm gonna get the full picture before before we start channeling here. Okay, so starseeds of, am I taking that? No. Starseeds of the light conscious. Please, who is pile 3 at their, geez Louise, your cards are just going here, there, and everywhere. Oh my gosh. So they must really want to talk to you. Your starseed, you know, soul tribe is like, let's go. So many messages to get through. Starseed guides of the light conscious, please tap me into the collective of pile 3. Who is pile 3 at their starseed roots, please? Almost, but not quite. It's okay. All right. Who is pile 3 at? Did one of those pop over? They did. I felt that. Yeah. 3 of Swords in reverse. Yeah. I'm not surprised with that. Jeez, your guys' cards. I did not have this problem. Let's clear some of this energy. I did not have this problem with the first couple, or maybe I did. I don't know. I'm filming your guys' pile a day later, so. Temperance in reverse. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys understand. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna wait until I get all the cards and then I will channel. I promise. I get so excited. 10 of Swords in reverse. Yeah. Okay. Okay, starseeds of the light conscious, who is pile 3 at their starseed roots. Who is pile 3 at their starseed roots, please? Who is pile 3 at their starseed roots? There we go. Lots of reverses. Okay, Page of Wands in reverse as well. Okay. One more. Thank you. And the Chariot. Back of the deck energy. Oh, I feel like there's one more that, am I wrong? Yeah, I'm wrong. Okay. Back of the deck energy is Justice in reverse. Okay. Wow. So, yeah. You guys are very etheric souls, which is what I was picking up on the front end. Very like calm energy, very flowing energy. Very like grounded and rooted energy, which makes so much sense, especially with the draconian energy coming through. That makes so much sense. But there's been a ton of tragedy that has hit you in these incarnations as a starseed. And we see that here just with the 3 of Swords in reverse, the 10 of Swords in reverse. We have Justice in reverse. So there's, and this is the common theme that I've been seeing. This is the common theme that I've been seeing throughout all the piles as well. It's like there's been this sense for you, at least, that I'm still continuing to see, of like you coming from these planets that no longer exist and yeah, okay. So what they're telling me is it's like you come from these places that no longer exist initially, and so you were forced to enter into civilizations that aren't yours, other galaxies that take you in, kind of like refugees do. Um, in the 3D sense, you know, where there's a war that happens and another country takes in war refugees. It's the same, that kind of energy in here. But with you, it's like you went through a lot of tragedy, a lot of hurt, a lot of heartache and pain. And it's like you feel like justice was not served. You feel like there was yeah. And even behind the justice at the back of the deck, there's the Seven of Wands in reverse. There's like been so much struggle that you've seen, so much heartache and so much pain. And it's almost like you being a teacher and you having this rooted, calm, flowing energy. It's like a clear crystal lake that I can just like float in and I feel at peace. You have worked hard to be able to attain this peace in your soul. And as a teacher, you pass on the teachings of your home planets, and you are committed to making sure that those teachings do not die, and that the teachings of your culture, right, from those different planets and maybe languages, different traditions for sure, but you want to make sure that that doesn't die away, and you're very committed to that. You have that as kind of like your mission throughout all of these incarnations, is making sure that you are being able to pass on these knowings, you know, that these civilizations that no longer exist, we're able to tap into. Because it's almost like even at the higher realms, we each have different pieces of the puzzle, and you understand that at a soul level. No one, every race, every dimension has their own specialization, right? Their own specialty. They access higher knowledge, yes, but it's like we're all working to get all of the pieces of the puzzle together and to become masters in all of these different dimensions and energies. And it's like you understand this at a very like soul level, and so you know that there are certain things that your home planets have mastered that other galaxies and planets could stand to learn from. And so your goal is to be able to ensure that you pass along those pieces. But again, it's also not for like a selfish reason to have, and even if it was for this reason, it's beautiful to be able to want to pass along the teachings from your home planets, but it's not just for that sake alone. It's for the sake of the betterment of everybody, so that everybody can collectively grow, because you know that these teachings, if lost, will impede the growth of the collective, of the all, as we move forward, even though time doesn't exist, you know what I mean, just in a 3D term so that we can grasp it. And with this temperance here, yeah, you had to work so hard for this piece, because you have been in environments where there has not been a lot of peace, where there has been a lot of injustice, a lot of selfishness, greed, hate. There's been a lot of duality. There's been a lot of dense energies, dense vibrations, lower frequencies that you've been just immersed in. And it has gotten to you. In some of your incarnations, it just completely overwhelmed you and overtook you. But you, it's like you're this master manifester. You understand the matrix, you understand energy in such a beautiful way, and you're able to now use this knowledge that you have created for yourself and pass along this knowledge to other people, this wisdom to other people. Again, ascended master energy here. You're very much a leader when it comes to being able to allow others to grow at their own pace. And you allow that. It's funny because some teachers are very much like they are like domineering, but it's kind of like your class, you're kind of like the cool teacher. Miss Frizzle, Magic School Bus is what they just told me. So you are basically that teacher who's like, okay, field trip. And you are the kind of teacher that allows that allows entities and beings to have hands-on learning and experiences. So that's kind of your style as a teacher, but it's very effective. And you know what? And the reason why they're telling me the reason why you do it is because the point of that type of teaching is to be, so in the last pile, I was talking about how empathetic that pile was. And I was saying that they have this ability to be able to help, I'm sorry, pile one. They're very empathetic, and pile one has this ability to help other people understand the energy of others to ensure that compromise is made, and so that common ground is found, and so people can be taken to higher ground, and there can be closures and peace and harmony for the betterment of everybody. With you, it's like that's your teaching style as well. You understand that if people understand what it's like to be able to embody a certain energy, then they'll be able to learn from that much quicker than just theory, right? Which I think just it goes to stand in this world as well, that it's so much more effective when you can actually do something with your hands versus just being told something. It doesn't hold the same weight, and you don't learn as quickly. So it's almost like in the higher dimensions, you understand that at a very innate level, and so you make sure and incorporate that into your teachings with other people, which is so cool. Wow. This is awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some starseed messages here. So starseeds of the light conscious. Who is pile 3 at their roots? Who is pile 3 at their roots, please? Starseeds of the light conscious. Thank you. Yeah. So we have in reverse here, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, and uprooting. Yeah, so this is, you are very much a spirit of forgiving, and you understand how important it is to forgive. Love thy enemies is what I just heard. And I just heard the Coldplay song, the call it magic, call it true, call it magic when I'm with you. So that's definitely your soul, and you understand that forgiveness, loving thy enemies is a part of this magic that is you. It's like your secret sauce is what I just heard. But being from these war-torn planets, being exposed to all of this hurt, all of this heartache, all of this injustice, you are able to learn some of the most powerful lessons coming through those experiences, and having alchemized those experiences and transforming them into a source of love for all, loving despite what may have happened, because you understand the greater picture. You understand that by not forgiving someone, it's like you drinking poison expecting the other person to die. You understand these things at a very high level, and so that's part of the magic even to your teaching. That's part of the uniqueness about what you do as a teacher in your master classes, is being able to teach these very dense, typically dense, very hard topics that seem very counterintuitive, right? It's like, how can you love your enemies? How can you love people who have done all of these things to you? You know what I mean? It's like these type of lessons that's very much goes against kind of our sense of like, we feel indignant, like, how dare you? You stole my dignity. You stole my home. You stole my family. You stole everything that I cherished and loved. How can I ever forgive you, let alone love you, let alone coexist with you, is what I just heard. So you have mastered this art of being able to transform this pain into a higher frequency, and you pass on these learnings to other star systems. And oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. This is so beautiful. Yeah. There's power in surrender. There's power in softness. There's power in vulnerability. That was your soul just coming through. That's who your soul is. Your soul recognizes that this softness is true wisdom. This softness is true power. Forgiving, no matter what someone else has done, no matter what their actions are, is truly how you find complete peace, complete joy inside of yourself. Oh, wow. Okay. So those are the kinds of lessons that you teach, which is just, wow.
I respect you so much. I respect you so much. Yeah. Earth School, how fitting for a teacher. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, and higher learning. And I'm being told that you love to incarnate on Earth for exactly this reason. Earth is one of the best ways to experience conflict. Because in the spiritual realm, like not even at the starseed level, but as spirits, when we're on the other side, not incarnated, there is no there's no sadness, there's no anger, there's no wars, there's no any of the negative stuff that we deal with here. And so what we do is we incarnate to learn from these lessons, from the conflicts, from the negative emotions and the negative experiences and situations, that because that's how our soul ascends and that's how our soul evolves and grows. So this is why your soul loves incarnating on Earth, is because your soul specializes in these types of lessons. Your soul specializes in being able to transmute very dense frequencies and lift them up into higher vibrations. It's kind of like, yeah. So what your soul is showing me is it's like, and it's funny because in pile 2, it's almost like the soul tribe was coming through, but here it's like your soul is very much like the prominent voice here. But it's almost like your soul is saying, like a hot air balloon, right? So when you go to rise into the sky in a hot air balloon, you have to let go of some sandbags, right, around the hot air balloon before you can get higher into the sky. You have to let go of some of that weight. But that's what you specialize in, is letting go of that denser energy, that denser frequency, so that people can rise up and ascend and grow and evolve quicker. Which is super fascinating. So you love Earth for that reason, because this is one of the planes to experience conflict most effectively, is what I was just told. So this is one of the most effective planes and dimensions to learn and to grow from conflict and struggle. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, the 7 star sisters. So this is Pleiadian energy coming through as well. I'm not surprised. You having Blu-ray, Crystal Child, and Indigo Child coming through. Those are all very overarching. You know, like you could identify honestly with a ton of starseed races. And you being an ancient soul, I wouldn't be surprised if you've had an incarnation in almost every single starseed race, to be completely honest with you. Especially if you're a teacher, you would have a purpose for incarnating in several different dimensions in planets and star systems, because you want to be able to spread that knowledge. That's part of your soul's mission, so that everyone can ascend. So it's like a mirror. Okay. Birthing creations, tapestry of life and expression. Yeah. Beautiful. And then bottom of the deck energy, we have empathetic starseed. Yeah, what did I say? You guys are very empathetic. Energetic sovereignty, absorbing what is not yours. You guys are very much able to hold your own, in terms of you used to have a problem with this, is what I'm being told. You used to have a problem with taking on other people's hurts and pains, and especially having the background that you do with a lot of tragedy in your past. I'm not surprised. But as you've grown through your lives, you've learned how to put up these not walls, but it's like boundaries in a way, kind of like with pile 1, but this is different in the sense, like, you understand how to not take on what isn't yours. And you do it in such a tactful way. But with the sympathetic starseed, you have this energetic sovereignty. So it's like you understand that no one can take your power. No one can make you feel less than. No one can make you feel smaller. You are your own. You always will be. And you being you is enough. You don't have to prove yourself to other people. You don't have to cower down to other people. Even if you're in a enslaved, which is what I just heard. So I don't know if this was a problem in some of these situations with these planets that were destroyed, but even if your spirit is coming through, your soul is coming through and saying that even if you're enslaved, you don't have to take on that projection of the other person and bow down to them. You can still hold your own dignity, your own sovereignty, and that's what you specialize in as well. And that's what you teach. You teach taking your power back and inner strength to other starseeds as well, which is beautiful. You guys are very very, very beautiful souls, giving souls. This is hard work to do. This is a very tough, yeah, I just got a bunch of chills. A very big confirmation. This is a tough soul assignment to take on, even in the higher realms. And you guys do it with such grace. Yeah, you guys are able to carry this out like effortlessly is what I'm being told, but it was work. It's not effortless in the sense that you've worked at this for lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. Like it has been tough to be able to get to where you're at. But I feel like that's the same for anybody who wants to ascend to those higher levels. It's through those experiences. It's through the struggles that you learn. It's not through the rainbows and the puppy dogs and the great experiences. You know, you can learn important soul lessons from the positive experiences 100%, but we learn the most when we're in struggle, and your soul gets that at a very deep level. And that's what your soul... Yeah, and your soul also just came through. It's like your soul understands this ability to be able to see beauty even in the pain. It's like your soul understands how to be able to take this very hard-edged energy of suffering, of extreme pain, but somehow you turn that experience into a perspective of beauty, which I don't even fully comprehend. But your soul is a master at that, I'm hearing. Your soul understands how to be able to find the softness in the pain, in the hurt, and this beauty through the tragedy. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah. Did I say ascended master energy already? Did I say that already? Because I sure as heck need to say it 100 more times. Ascended master energy over here, okay? All right, starseeds of the light conscious. Who is... I'm just going to pull one more overarching energy here. Thank you. Yeah, you guys are travelers. Move in a new direction. So yeah, definitely you guys bounce around to different star systems, but what I'm also getting from this as well is that you help people. It's like, yeah, you're like this guiding light, you're this teacher, you're this compass for others who are lost, who are confused, who are trying to find their way, and you come in as this guide for them, and you show them how to be able to take their current experience and turn it into something else. You create a different experience for them by being able to help them. Like I just was saying, like you're able to take these really hard, heavy emotions, and you can turn them into like this beautiful experience somehow, some way. But you are able to help other people kind of shift their directions, their perspectives, how they see certain things, because what you focus on grows. And so it's even like what you focus on in terms of your perspective and how you think about a situation, I'm being told, can very directly impact your experience. It's like, yeah, it's even here in the 3D, when you expect your day to go poorly, it's like you're looking for everything to confirm that, oh my gosh, yeah, and I missed my bus by 5 minutes. Today's going to be a terrible day. And like, look, they got my order wrong. No tomatoes on my sandwich. And there are the tomato, you know what I mean? It's like, it's a very basic example, but I'm trying to say, like, your soul understands that if you change your thinking and your perspective about a situation, it can dramatically affect your experience and your takeaways of the same reality. So it's like two people can have the same things happen to them, but they each have very different experiences and takeaways and views on what they experience just because of their thinking. And your soul understands that. Your soul teaches lessons like these at a very high level. Wow. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. I don't say that lightly. You guys are amazing. Oh, wow. Okay. Pile 3. That is all that I have for you. That was like a powerful reading. I am so humbled to have been able to tap into your energy, and hopefully this helped a little bit, give you some clarity, direction, give you a sense of, who you are at a soul level a little bit more. And I do hope that you received a lot of good messages from this reading. So go ahead and like and subscribe to see more videos like this. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next reading.